up these really obscure polls. Let's take a guess for the twist. You know what? I don't have any idea. The twist was so good. I mean, it had my jaw on the floor. Hey guys, welcome back to the vlog and welcome to another reading vlog. This is also a new series I'm starting in 2026. I think every bit of reading content I've done besides my bookish vlog is going to be new series for 2026, which is super exciting. And this one is Follow Us, Choose My Reads. I thought that this was such a fun idea, and actually going through with it and putting up these really obscure polls using only emojis on my Instagram was a lot of fun. So I'll show you guys the polls that I put up in a second. But if this is your first time stumbling on one of my videos, hi, welcome. I'm Taylor. I'm so glad you're here. I do a lot of lifestyle content ranging from self-care vlogs to productivity vlogs, bookish vlogs, and of course, reading vlogs. So basically everything that keeps me grounded and happy in my 30s. So if that resonates with you, be sure to stick around and subscribe. I would love to have you here. And if you love it here, be sure to check out my Patreon. I have the details for that in the description of this video. I worked very hard on putting together a very safe and cozy space and just extra special corner of the internet for my girlies and the guys who are looking for that kind of connection. So be sure to check that out. But without further ado, let's get into the fun stuff. For my first poll, I put up these two sets of emojis. And so I feel like this one was definitely the most obvious one, but it was close for a while. And if you can guess, the first one is clearly a hockey romance and the second one is a football or rugby romance. I was really hoping that this one would get chosen selfishly because I just got into the series and I have the audio checked out through Libby, and it was Game Changer by Rachel Reed. I have read Heated Rivalry and I really want to read the whole series. I absolutely loved Scott and Kip in the third episode. I love them so much. I tried to stop there and then start reading all the books and everything, but I couldn't. I ended up needing to finish the show. I think I lasted like 2 weeks and I was like, nope, we gotta finish watching the show. I can't walk away now, but I'm very excited to read this. I love Scott and Kip so much. I dare say more than Shane and Ilya. Don't come at me, but I think I will, just because there was so much romance and so much gentle love. At least that's what was portrayed in episode 3. And Shane and Ilya was really actually hard for me. Like the first 50% of the book, I was like, am I okay? Am I okay? For sure the first 25%. And then the first 2 episodes, I was like, is this for me? I don't know. It was very like, I almost felt like I felt all kinds of like feelings and of like, there just wasn't attachment. It was so transactional. It just felt so uncomfortable. And yeah, it was hard in the beginning for me to get into it. And then I ended up falling in love with them, as I think we all have. And it was very good. And I've enjoyed it. And I can't wait to read the rest of their story. I have a feeling. So I'm very excited for this. We've got Game Changer by Rachel Reed up first. All right, and then up second, I put these 2 polls. This one was a lot harder to figure out exactly what emojis to use, and I think that made this really fun too, because it's like, okay, I want to use some obscure emojis. I don't want to give it away too much, but some of them I think were, you know, they're just gonna, people are gonna know that like to read. So the first one was actually Hamnet, which I was kind of hoping would be pulled just because I really want to see the movie and I just wanted to kind of get it read, but it did not get pulled. Actually, it lost by a tremendous amount. And the second one, which is like, I'm shocked people picked this one, but they're twins, there's death, and there's the hands I was trying to still show a connection. And that was A Sea of Unspoken Things by Adrienne Young. I'm very excited to read this. This will be my first Adrienne Young book. This is an author that has been much anticipated for me, that I'm very excited to read in 2026. And I have a feeling that I'm going to become obsessed with. And I have quite a few of her other books on my shelf as well. So if I love her, then I already have more books to pick up. This one's also super short and I have the audio checked out through Libby. So we're moving at a good pace right now because y'all know I need my audios. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, I'm a full-time speech language pathologist. I work every day, all day. I'm working today on a Friday, which I don't love seeing patients on Fridays, but that is just the way that cookie crumbles. I usually have evaluations and makeup sessions, so that's what I'm going to be doing the rest of this day. So reading and my hobbies really come throughout, you know, all my free time and stuff. And I'm also very obsessed with my husband, so I love to spend every waking second with that man that I can. So reading is just one of many hobbies that I have, but that is why I check out the audios when I can, or I use my Spotify hours, because it just really helps me to get books read at a little bit of a faster pace than I would be able to otherwise. All right, so for the third pick, this one was a lot more obvious, the first one, I think, like the one on top. We have a bunch of cleaning items, a knife, and then a blonde girl. So this is The Housemaid. And then the second one, this one was really hard for me. I put like, there's love, cards, because cards are involved, like caution, and then I have no idea because I really don't know how else to explain this, and I really don't know much else about the book. And the book is Heart the Lover by Lily King. I really want to read that one. Like, that one and Hamnet are getting read next. Hold me to it, okay? But it lost. Barely lost, which is fine because actually tomorrow I am going to the movies with my cousins. We were supposed to go Sunday. And so now I have 24 hours less than I was going to have. I may not get this read by then, but it is what it is. Like, we cannot put off the movie any longer. We have The Housemaid for our third book, and this is going to be what we start the vlog off with. I have literally only read, I think, like, I'm on page 5. I feel like this is a book that I can just sit down and devour. Pretty much everybody sits and devours it in like one sitting. I feel like that's kind of true with any Frida. I do not have the audio for this though, so this is something I have to sit down and read. So I'll be reading this tonight. We'll cozy up together, and then I'll be reading this in the morning until I go to the movies. And hopefully I get it done. Hopefully, so I really want to have it read before we go, and we're going at 1 p.m. So I don't have much time considering I'm somebody who wakes up at like between 8 and 9:30 every day. But those are the books. We have such a good lineup. I'm so excited for this vlog. Get cozy and let's get into it. Okay, let's do a quick check-in because I'm about to go to the movies. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to do a check-in with you guys. My sleeves are all rolled up crazy. I did not finish. I'm about 55% of the way through. I have some thoughts, so I'm going to share them with you, like my pre-movie thoughts. And then I'll chat with you guys after the movie, and I will finish it today. Andrew let me use some of his Spotify hours. Thank God, he's an angel. So I was coloring last night, started it. Immediately unhappy with the casting of Sydney Sweeney. Immediately unhappy. I think I would have appreciated somebody of like Latina descent, just somebody of color, really. Somebody maybe that appeared and could act a little bit rough around the edges. I mean, I'm not a Sydney Sweeney fan out the gate, but that's not who I imagine. If you listen to the audio, she actually has a New York accent, and so I think I would have liked like a Brooklyn girl or something, you know? That's what I'm feeling right out of the gate. Siegfried, I'm loving that casting. And then the guy, that's totally fine. I mean, he's just there for eye candy, I think. I'm so, like, when I watched the trailer, I didn't know who was evil. Is it the housemaid or is it the woman that's running the house? Like, is it her? Like, who's the evil one? The trailer has me so confused. And obviously there's going to be a mad twist with Frida, so we shall see. It's interesting to be a little bit more than halfway through the book, go watch the movie, then come back and finish. It's all going to be like just so fresh on my mind, and I'll be comparing. And so this is actually probably best case scenario, I think, to go and like read it and watch it right away, or do the two at the same time. So I'll let you guys know, but I hear really good things about it. I'm very excited. I'm going to take a guess now. Let's take a guess for the twist. Oh my gosh, take a guess. Okay, I'm going to guess that I'm going to guess that the housemaid is low-key. No, I'm not good at guessing Frida's twist. I'm going to guess that the housemaid like offs her, maybe like offs the woman, and then like ends up with the guy, and then they like abandon the little girl. Like, I don't know, that sounds crazy. You know what? I don't have any ideas. Garage that. Let's go see the movie. Okay, I'm back. And it's actually been a while. I had to edit a video, schedule it. I'm in my PJs already. I'm about to cozy up and finish this book. I loved the movie. Oh my gosh, so good. The twist was so good. I didn't guess it, obviously, clearly. I mean, you guys heard my guess. It was absolutely ridiculously stupid. Damn. I loved it. I loved it. I ate it up. My cousin and I were like, I was like, I'm so stressed. And everyone in the theater just like had good energy. Everyone in the theater was like, oh my gosh, or like laugh, like the comedic relief. So good. The casting of Amanda Seyfried was perfection. She slayed. It was so good, guys. I'm not gonna give anything away, but I will tell you, I was freaking wrong. It was amazing, and I'm excited to finish the book and just like compare apples and apples. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it was so good. I loved it. It was so good. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It was so good. I'm gonna sit, get cozy, finish this book tonight. I'm excited. All right, guys. I finished The Housemaid. Let's talk about my final thoughts. It was so good. It was so good. I'm giving this 5 stars. this is a 5-star thriller. If you need a good twisty thriller, pick up The Housemaid. If you're also one of the last people on earth to read it, like myself, I loved it. And the screen adaptation was perfect. The little things that they did change really just added to the audience experience and the tension and the comedic relief like so perfectly. It was so well done. I cannot recommend the movie enough if you read the series and you're kind of on the fence. Also, should I read the rest of the series? Because the movie made me want to. Not gonna lie, the last scene in the movie, I was like, do I need to pick up the next book? Let me know if you recommend it or not, but I just might. I loved it. Starting off this vlog with a 5-star banger, let's move on to our next one, which is going to be Game Changer by Rachel Reed. I'm so excited to get more of Scott and Kip's story because I loved them so much from episode 3 of Heated Rivalry. If you're not reading Game Changers or watching Heated Rivalry, what are you doing? Stop everything now and go watch it. Go start one of the books. So I'm very excited to get back to my hockey boys. I will update you guys when I have an update. All right, while we have a little sliver of daylight left, let's talk about my initial thoughts on the book. I'm about midway through chapter 9. I'm on page 110, and I'm literally eating this up. It is so good. I will say that there's a lot of changes from episode 3. Like, they had to do a lot of changes in order to adapt it into one episode, I think, and just condense, like, their entire story, essentially. But I'm still loving it. And the biggest thing that I would say is that the audiobook, because I have the audiobook, Kip is, like, just has like a very deep voice, and he's a New Yorker, like big New York accent, and that's not at all in the show. Kip was just like this sweet guy, you know. And then they had Kip in the show doing like school. He was going to school and trying to apply to do that, and here he's trying to work at a museum. So there's a little like, you know, they had to definitely change the trajectory of the characters' story and backgrounds, I think. But a lot is very similar with Scott, actually. Pretty much everything is similar with Scott. That's what I've observed so far, but I'm absolutely loving this. It's such an easy read too that I'll probably honestly finish this tomorrow, which is great because then we'll be moving on to the third book, and this might actually be the fastest reading vlog ever. Like, it might be a reading vlog I get done in 3 or 4 days, which is pretty crazy. I'm gonna get cozy now and we'll do some more reading. All right, hi, hello, a little update. We finished Game Changer, and I loved it. Scott and Kip, I loved. In this time that I read this, finished it, and there have just been some days that have gone by, Andrew watched Heated Rivalry. We watched it together. I watched it for the second time, and he was also obsessed with Scott and Kip. He was like, this couple is just so, they were very different than Ilya and Shane, because Ilya and Shane were like this, there was just this tension, and there wasn't like a lot of affection, and it wasn't very romantic out the gate, versus these two. Yes, so good. And in the beginning when I said that they had changed some things, like that he was not actually going to college, that's actually not true. So that ends up happening in the book. So I, retract that statement. Obviously, they had to cut a lot out in episode 3 of Heated Rivalry if you watch. So very true to their story, though. The heart of everything they portrayed very well. I absolutely love this story. I love this series. I'm excited to read the rest of them. Even Andrew's thinking about reading them with me now. Yeah, I loved it. I'm like so deep into the hockey romance right now. Let's see for rating. I think I'm going to give this, funny that Heated Rivalry actually wasn't a 5-star for me either. It was like 4.5, I think. So I think I'm going to I think I feel the same about this one. For some reason, they're not feeling 5 stars to me, but I'm very much enjoying them, very much loving them. I'm going to go with 4.5 for Game Changer as well. We'll see how that sits. Sometimes I sit on that and then I'm like, is it higher? Is it lower? I don't know. But right now, that's how I'm feeling. But very much love this. If you've read it or you're reading it, let me know. A very, very feel-good story. And I think a very, very important message that's out right now. So it's just very exciting to read a book like that. And now we move on to A Sea of Unspoken Things by Adrienne Young. I'm so excited to read the book by Adrienne Young. She's one of my most anticipated authors for the year. And this is going to be, I think, I'm feeling 5 stars. I'm feeling it, but for sure in the 4-star range. I feel like she may be one of, is probably going to be an author that I love. That's how I'm feeling. Is this going to be like another Taylor Jenkins Reid situation for me? I don't know. Send me the good vibes, but let's get started on A Sea of Unspoken Things and sit and finish it today because we got to get this vlog up. All right, let's do a check-in. I'm 70% of the way through, actually. This is the type of book, I don't even know if you can see my bookmark. It's so bright. And we're literally just in the dark. We just have little candles lit, but it's the kind of book that you just devour. It's going by so quickly. It's actually only 273 pages and I'm on page 193. So I'm going to finish this very, very soon. But I want to give you guys my thoughts so far. So that way I'm just not telling you about it at the end. I honestly didn't know what I was expecting as far as was it going to be kind of thriller-esque? Was it going to be a mystery? I didn't really know. I was asking Andrew, I'm is this just fiction at the store? I don't remember getting it in the thriller or the mystery section, but it actually is a mystery. So the female main character, her twin brother died. I mentioned that. And so she is trying to figure out what happened. Are there missing pieces? She goes back to his house. She goes back to the hometown they grew up in. She hasn't been there in a long time. She just starts to discover things about him and feels very much oh my gosh, did I even know my brother? There's just some odd things that she's uncovering, and she's starting to just question how his death happened, who might have been there. And so the entire book, she's kind of doing her own investigating. It's nothing like Good Girl's Guide to Murder vibe, because that's kind of what this was making me think about in the beginning. I'm is this going to be like that? I wouldn't say it's that intense. And also it's a very short story, so everything is moving super quickly. But she goes back to this town that she grew up in. She hasn't been there in a very, very long time. And she immediately starts to run into people, obviously, that she grew up with. One of them being her first love and pretty much the only guy she's ever loved in her entire life. And they haven't talked in a very long time because they share a dark secret from their past. And they also shared it with her brother. And so all of these things are kind of starting to get uncovered for us, the reader. And then things are starting to be uncovered for her about her brother. And she teams up with her ex-boyfriend and they're kind of trying to figure it out together. So everything's about to come together and very, very quickly. I'm kind of feeling maybe it's too short. And I don't often say that, but we will see. I mean, is it gonna blow my head off my body? I don't know. We will see. I will update you guys when I'm all done. honestly, I'm actually very proud of myself for finishing this today. In spite of being very, very busy all day long, it is 11:42. I actually did fall asleep a couple times in this last little stretch, and Angie was like, "You're snoring." I was like, "Okay." I need to get up and move. So I'm sitting at the end of the couch and it's cold. We have like a winter storm coming in. It's supposed to freeze tonight. So I'm all bundled up and our house is freezing. It's stone and tile and it's like literally freezing cold. So I'm all bundled up here, but wow, came together so well. I really did enjoy her writing. I feel like it was very gripping, easy to understand, perfectly descriptive. I can't wait to read more of her books. I actually don't even know where this ranks for people. If you've read some of her books and you've read this one, let me know which one was your favorite. Where does this rank? I have a few others, like I believe Spells for Forgetting is one of them. I think I have a few on my shelf, and then I have Namesake and Fable. So I'm really excited to read more of her work. I really, really did enjoy this. It was so good, and a nice way to wrap this vlog up. I feel like we read a variety of books. We read a thriller, we read an hockeyromance, and then we read this like murder mystery with a little bit of love story woven in. Just very good reading vlog. Very diverse, very fun mixture of books. This was very, very fun. I am going to go to sleep now. I'm so tired. Let me actually think about my rating on this. I'm going to go with 4.5. I feel good about that. Not quite a 5-star, but very good. Highly recommend. I think we had just a bunch of 4.5s, right? Very good. Although I think I gave the Housemaid 5 stars, right? 5-star thriller. I don't even know anymore. I'm so tired. I'm literally about to go to bed. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that you're reading something very, very good, or that I inspired you to pick up one of these books. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any future reading content, and I will see you guys in the next cozy vlog. Bye.